Good morning, loves. Thank you so much for watching this morning. Welcome. If you are new, welcome back. If you are visiting again, I appreciate all of you. My name is PK. My nickname is the Bookie Monster. So this is the Bookie Monsters because we devour books. That is our joy. It is Wednesday, August 9th. I'm not going backwards. August 9th. And we are here to look at new books being released this week. Good morning, Mary. Happy Wednesday. Gosh, this week is flying. Ugh, if only. If only. All right, let's jump in it. Turn that off. Today we're going to look at subgenre or the genre of fantasy, and then there's only a couple here, so we'll probably go back into the cozy mysteries. Tomorrow we'll look at fiction. But right now, these are the only two that they're showing for fantasy for this week. And they both look young adult. They have that one for sure has a cartoony one. Forged by Blood and Igbor Okusun. I'm probably mangling that really bad. In the midst of tyrannical regime and political invasion, you're talking my language already, Demi just wants to survive, to avoid the suspicion of the non-magical ages who occupy her ancestral homeland of Ife, to escape the king's brutal genocide of her people, the darker-skinned, magic-wielding Oluso, and to live peacefully with her secretive mother while learning to control the terrifying blood magic that is her birthright. You already kind of lost me, though. But when Demi's misplaced trust costs her mother's life, survival gives way to vengeance. She bides her time until the devious Lord Ekwensi grants her the perfect opportunity, kidnap the Age prince Jonas, and bargain with his life to save the remaining Oluso. With the help of her reckless childhood friend Colin, Demi succeeds, but discovers that she and Jonas share more than deadly secrets. Every moment tangles them further into a forbidden, unmistakable attraction, much to Colin's and Demi's distress. The kidnapping is now a joint mission to return the king, help get Exweni on the council, and bolster the voice of the Oluso in a system designed to silence them. But the way is dangerous. Demi's magic is growing yet uncertain, and it's not clear if she can trust the two men at her side. Had some elements. The Raven Throne by Stephanie Burgess, fantasy middle grade. The second book in the Magical Raven Heir series, perfect for fans of blah. Now that Cordelia sit on the Raven Throne, things in Corvine must change. When their triplet sister became the Raven Queen, Giles and Rosalind knew they would have to learn to behave at court. For Rosalind, no more fighting. For Giles, no more loud singing. But what they didn't foresee was having to foil a wicked plot against their sister. So when Cordelia falls into an enchanted sleep and cannot be woken, Rosalind and Giles must find the great Raven, the spirit who protects Queen and Castle in times of trouble. But the Raven is missing. That definitely sounds middle gradish. All right, let's jump elsewhere. And I already looked, and there weren't any sci-fi being released this week. Sad. All right, let us go here. We did look at Honey Drop Dead, so I think we're here. Buried Grievances. Now, I've been hearing a lot about this one. A lot of people have been reading this one, actually, in the cozy group. Buried Grievances by Peg Cochran. This is 8th in the Cranberry Cove mysteries. The 4th of July always means endless celebrations in Cranberry Cove, and this year Monica and Greg have the added pleasure of spending it with Monica's college roommate, Kelly Cargill. When they both join Kelly and her family to watch the fireworks, it's all very exciting until the elderly matriarch of the family dies on the spot. Then evidence comes to light that she was poisoned, and Monica promises to do what she can to catch the culprit. Just about everyone in Kelly's family wanted to get their hands on what was sure to be a sizable inheritance, but Monica also discovers that one of them was trying to hide a messy love affair the older woman had discovered, and that the victim's caretaker might have wanted revenge for enduring years of mistreatment. And just as more secrets surface and the clues begin to fall into place, Monica realizes that as she's closing in on the killer is closing in on her. Includes a mouth-watering cookie recipe, and I bet has some berries in it. That sounds very sweet. A Dagger Among Friends. I like the title. By Craig Comer. This is first in Harvest Fall Mysteries. Harvest Falls Mysteries. When murder comes to Harvest Falls, amateur sleuths abound. At, that's just, that's cozy mysteries. But the killer's game pits friend against friend, and everyone's in danger of a final turn. Charlie Good is struggling to reset her life. After a split from her longtime partner, she's returned home to the Pacific Northwest town of Harvest Falls. Drifting between jobs at her cousin's board game shop, that sounds cool, and the police station, she avoids commitment like the plague. When her one time BFF is murdered, Charlie looks to her father, the chief of police, for justice. But Charlie's shock and dismay, not everyone trusts her father's abilities or his integrity, and Harvest Falls soon devolves into a frenzy of half baked theories and armchair detecting. Determined to protect her father's reputation, Charlie finds herself battling wits with the bumbling sleuths joining the hunt for her friend's killer. But with librarians, florists, and bakers tromping through crime scenes, hurling accusations, and fudging the law, she'll have to act fast before the killer's dagger pricks another friend. There's a lot thrown in there. Let's cover all the cozy bases. Read to Death at the Lakeside Library by Holly Danvers. Third in the Lakeside Library Mysteries. Summer is in full swing as tourists flock back to the Northwoods and travel to Lofty Pines, Wisconsin. For Rain Wilmot, owner of the Lakeside Library, this is the perfect opportunity to bring back her mother's summer book club. But the summer sun starts to really heat up when one of the club members, Lily Redlin, is found dead in her own home not long after the first meeting. Alongside her sidekick and neighbor Julia Reynolds and the charming Jace Lowe, Rain discovers that the murder is seemingly inspired by the book the club recently discussed, Agatha Christie's classic mystery novel, Sparkling Cyanide. But who would kill Lily, and more importantly, why? The deeper Rain dives into the story, the more confusing and complicated the plot becomes. Was Lily murdered to cover up a tragic accident that occurred years ago involving an old classmate? Or were the rumors true? Did Lily really possess a priceless original Laura Ingalls Wilder manuscript and someone killed her for it? And what about the mysterious letter Lily received just before her death from a supposed long lost relative? Was it a hoax? With a long list of suspects and motives, Rain realizes that all leads come back to people involved in the book club. Rain and her friends take a page from Agatha Christie's book by hosting a reenactment of the club's first meeting to flesh out the killer. Will Rain's plan succeed, or will this librarian's book be checked out for good? There's our pun. Throws everything in a see what exactly. Well, we got a florist, we got some books, we got some baking. Coffee's required. Sorry. Uh, One Wily Witch by Nadine Doolittle. Grayson Gideon mystery. That looks middle gradish, but we'll see. Maybe not. It is Kindle Unlimited, though. It's got that cartoony cover. Opposites attract when psychic Gracie Dare inherits a peculiar publishing house and a skeptical but hot editor is tasked with showing her the ropes. Maybe not middle grade. A girls' night out in Mirror Falls is not like they are in Los Angeles. Meat is served instead of mojitos, and spells are cast instead of karaoke. You know, anything's better than karaoke. As a formerly famous psychic to the stars, I was confident these soccer moms turned witches couldn't summon anything more than a hangover. How wrong I was. In the middle of an incantation, a 400-year-old witch makes an appearance, scaring the leader of the coven to death. Or was she? Gideon Tate, my skeptical editor and debunker of supernatural phenomenon, says I'm wrong. A witch was involved, and he's willing to bet Arcania Press on it. It's a bet he's going to lose because my sixth sense tells me that his fiancée is up to her neck in this mystery, and he's going to need my help to get her out of it. As if that wasn't enough, my ex-boyfriend has taken a sudden interest in me and a missing formula that promises to be worth billions. I really don't have time for a broken heart when my inheritance is on the line. You don't have to be a psychic to know I may not have a choice. Sounds very appropriate for people are gearing up for Halloween. Hazel Fox, Ruby Hartwell, number 2. Also Kindle Unlimited. When a mysterious old spellbook lands in Ruby's hands, all bets are off in the charming town of Havenbrook. The quaint Hawthorne Manor is suddenly beset by an eerie haunting, and Ruby's magical misfires have the entire town talking. But with her trusty cat familiar, Mortimer, and her besties, Luna and Ivy, by her side, Ruby is determined to untangle the enchanted mess she's conjured. And that's not all. The enigmatic and oh so handsome Detective Ethan Stone is back, and the sparks between them are more electrifying than ever. Can Ruby keep her heart in check while navigating through ghostly escapades and uncovering centuries old secrets? Brace yourself for spells that go sideways, sassy specters, and a sprinkle of romance that will leave you spellbound. Will Ruby unveil the truth behind the haunting, or is Havenbrook destined to become a permanent ghostly haven? As sparks fly, so do potions, love spells, and enough snappy banter to make your cauldron boil. Can Ruby navigate her witchy mishap, save the day, and find time for a heartwarming kiss with the hunky detective? I bet she does. Murder a la Mode by Lena Gregory. Looks like a first in a new series. How are we doing on time? We're doing okay. First in a series. When 25-year-old Danica Delaney, black sheep of the Delaney clan, returns home to Long Island to take over Jimmy's, her eccentric uncle's old-fashioned malt shop on eastern Long Island, she's not exactly thrilled. But things start to look up when her uncle tells her she can do whatever she'd like with the shop, and it seems she might realize her dream of a small, trendy cafe. That is, until she discovers the body of her ex-boyfriend's estranged wife in a melted puddle of rocky road in the malt shop basement. That sucks. With her two sidekicks, her sister, and a good childhood friend in tow, Danny searches for or stumbles upon one clue after another. But as she narrows down the suspect list, she realizes if she's not careful, she may end up in a puddle of her own. The Wizard of Menace by Aaron Johnson. I don't know what to think about that cover. Book 8. Curses, cats, and capers. Oh, can this fledgling witch work her magic to save the fairy? You can tell we're getting close to Halloween. Novice witch Adelaide Lady Ryan is up to her pointy hat in trouble. A hex lingers over the Renaissance fair she now calls home, and an ancient prophecy hints that time is almost out for everyone inside the walls. But things go from bad to worse when her black cat familiar Mort, why are they all called Mortimer, pulls a certain famous sword from the stone. The same sword that's used in a murder not a day later. Now Lady must use her magic to prove Mort's innocence, her cat's innocence, before she can crack the curse. But when her unfolding powers go awry, she jeopardizes the entire fair's future. Will Lady conjure a cure for the curse, or will this spell the end for the fair and everyone inside? It looks charming. We'll always have murder. Movie memorabilia number one. Okay, this looks a little bit more promising for me. There's readers for everybody. Not judging. No judging here. Read as thou wilt. Not the rock. Yes, the Rocky Road Death. They can keep that. Yeah, that was an unfortunate cover, but I guess as an author, you're just thrilled to be published. I suppose I would take an icky cover too, but this one sounds a little bit more promising. All right. The Art of Deception takes center stage. Dina and Patty, two sisters, with a shared love for the arts, find themselves entangled in a real-life mystery that mirrors the intrigue of the stage. Dina, the proud owner of a quaint movie memorabilia shop, and Patty, a talented director of the Skillet Ridge Repertory Theater, are shaken when Imelda, an older actress starring in Patty's latest production of Neil Simon's Barefoot in the Park, is brutally murdered. As the sisters delve deeper into the shocking crime, they discover an enigmatic clue that takes them on a thrilling journey. Dina stumbles upon an early script of the classic movie Casablanca, They've Got Me. Ah, that is one of my top three movies, with a heartfelt inscription addressed to Imelda, which reads, "We'll always have Paris, R." This poignant message raises unsettling questions. Was Imelda's death merely a random act of violence, or does it conceal a sinister connection to her mysterious past? Meanwhile, Kurt, Imelda's dedicated grandson, steps up to assist Dina in unraveling the truth behind his grandmother's untimely demise. Together, they navigate a labyrinth of secrets and hidden motives, diving into Imelda's past to unmask the murderer. Will they discover the truth before the killer strikes again? Dang it, I'm going to have to read that. Casablanca is a perfect, perfect movie. I've watched it so many times. There is not a wasted scene in that movie. We're here for books. Casting Off Magic Beans by Lila Lockwood in the Knit Witch Cozy Mysteries. Definitely a Halloween cover. Savvy, oh, that's her name. Savvy desperately wants to leave her worries behind as she and her friends leave for a ski vacation, only instead of discovering peace and quiet, she finds another dead body. Shotgun takes up shot okay, that's also an okay. Shotgun takes up the case, but things aren't easy because he still doesn't believe in magic, and Wickerton Hollow is currently infected with fairy tale hijinks. And that might be Savvy's fault because she traded a bunch of cow parsnips for some beans at the local holiday fair. Instead of hitting the slopes, Savvy hits the street questioning suspects. Someone's got to spill the beans before the chili competition. Otherwise, they'll find themselves in a whole heap of trouble. That sounds very cutesy and perhaps not for me. You kind of lost me with the names. That's okay. Oops. A Christmas Caper by Catherine Michael. Oh, this is only 26 pages. It's not even a novella. It's a short story. Um, in the Sassy Senior Sleuths. Check it out if you like. We're gonna move along. A Load of Trouble, also by Catherine Michael, but this is first in a laundromat mystery series. Also Kindle Unlimited. Irony is the opposite of wrinkly. Oh, okay. You win the pun award today. Ah, a load of trouble and a basket of suspects. Can Maddie and her family iron out the wrinkled truth before she becomes the next stain? Oh, make it stop. What do a dumpster diving thrifter, a cross-eyed cat, a hunting guide, a flaky paper goods tester, and an octogenarian with mad skills have in common? The death of the laundromat owner and an 85th birthday party. Diving for unique finds to make one-of-a-kind wind chimes in Whistle-Stop, Vermont is just a small load of Maddie's day when amateur sleuthing threatens to drown her in dirty laundry. Can she wring out the clues to catch the culprit of her trailer park, or will she tap out with the wash water? It's probably fine. It's just the person who wrote this book summary. I don't do the puns. Death at the Diet Club. That has potential. Book 9 of Mrs. Capper's Casebook. Also Kindle Unlimited. Does Mrs. Capper need to lose weight? Dennis and a couple of others think so, yet others don't agree. Well, what does it? Their opinions matter. That's not the reason she visits the Haxford Losers Club. She's there to find out how Haxford not so heavies are stealing Georgie's members. When two of those members are murdered, Christine finds herself embroiled in another tangled mystery with a range of suspects. A kitchen in need of redecoration, a husband on the brink of mutiny, air hunters pursuing her mother-in-law, slimmers at war, disagreements with her friends and the police, and a health spa with poisonous plants growing on the perimeter. Christine finds it hard to maintain her upbeat outlook while she gets to the truth in the case of a death at the Diet Club. Okay. And last one for being released on the 8th, Witching Up the Wrong Tree by Mara Webb. First in a new series. When an innocent, also Kindle Unlimited. When an innocent woman is sentenced to community service for a crime she didn't commit, she expects to spend a few hours picking up trash or cleaning up graffiti. Instead, she's put into the back of a police car and driven to the town of Silverwood to deal with a community only she can see, the dead kind. Sorry, alarm's going off, and I left the phone in the kitchen. A recent death has the rumor mill churning, and it quickly becomes clear that there is something sinister going on. Her childhood dog Fluke has somehow reappeared to help her sniff out clues, and when a brick is thrown through the window telling her to back off, it is obvious she needs all the help she can get. In a dog-eat-dog world, there are people willing to do extreme things to get ahead, so when ghosts are hounding her for answers, she'll have to teach herself and Fluke some new tricks to catch the killer. The dog is adorable on the cover. Alright, we're gonna have to. Yes, way too early morning for that. Yeah, someone pulled out all the stops on that one. Alrighty, we are going to shut down here because I need to turn off my alarm. Thank you so much for showing up today. This was the fantasies and cozy mysteries that were being released this week. We are doing reading sprints tonight at 6:05, 8:05 Eastern Time. For 2 hours and 30 minutes. Bring your own book or craft or be productive or meditate, whatever you want to do there. Otherwise, have a very good Wednesday as we close out to the ice cream truck music behind me because I can't turn off the alarm. I thank you, and we'll do this again tomorrow. We'll look at regular fiction and have a beautiful Wednesday. God bless.